Taylor, what are you doing on your phone?
Texting.
Why?
I have nothing else to do.
Shouldn't you be working on your math?
But I'm busy.
Well, what's the grade in the class that you have?
65.
Okay. Nathan, what are you doing?
Oh, I was just doing some math. See, I only have a little bit of friends. I have like 2.
Yeah.
Therefore, I only have like 2 contacts on my phone, which means more time for math and more time for studying, less time for goofing off and talking to friends.
Nice. What's the grade in the class that you have?
98.3.
Good job.
In a voluntary response, we asked 100 Panther Creek seniors how many contacts are in their phone to figure out the correlation between the amount of time they're on their phone versus how they do in school. Here's our data represented by a stem and leaf plot, and our key is at the bottom showing that 14, the line 45 is actually 1445.
In this graph, we made a histogram that represents our data in a univariable situation with the number of contacts as the x-axis and the frequency as the y. A histogram, you want to have the bars connected showing the data.
Alrighty, so to do the box and whisker and all that, you have to first understand mean, median, mode range, all that. So mean is just add up all the numbers, divide by the amount of numbers there is. Median is just the middle number in that set when you put them in numerical order, least to greatest. Mode is the number that occurs most in the sequence, and range is highest number with the lowest number subtracted from that. Easy 5th grade. Next. So Q1, all you do is count down below the median, find that middle number, that's Q1. Go above the median for those upper values. Do not include the median, count to the middle, that's Q3. IQR, just the range of Q3 minus Q1. Outliers, 1.5 times the IQR. You subtract that from Q1, anything below that is an outlier. 1.5 times IQR plus Q3, anything above that is an outlier for quartile 3 in the upper range of numbers. Alrighty, so the median, that's just going to be that line right there. Q1, we already discussed how to find that. You're going to put that as the lower end of the box, Q3 as the upper end of the box. Now outliers, you would mark all the outliers above that 1 point that we found for Q3, so you mark it right there, all the outliers above. We had none below because it's impossible to have negative contacts, so we just put the whisker right there. Boom.
So when finding the variance, you want to find the mean of the data, subtract the mean of the data from each value, which is the deviation from the mean, square each deviation of the mean, then find the sum of the square, and lastly, you want to divide the total by the number of terms. In this equation, it shows you how to find the variance, where x is the data point, the u is the mean, and n is the number of items that you have. So in our situation, we sampled 100 seniors, and we got a mean of 338.65. And you subtract the mean from each of the sample points that you got, and then you square it. Add them all together to get 6,982,612.8587. Then you divide it by 100, which was our sample. To find the standard deviation, which is the variation of data that you have collected, which is represented in a bell curve with a normal distribution. Our data was not a normal distribution, and it skewed right. In this equation, all you have to do is square root the variance to find the standard deviation. Finding our standard deviation, we had a variance of 69,826.13. We square rooted that number to get standard deviation of 264.2463.